Hey Matsucore, Ryu here. So, came across this article that seems to be popular on the internet. So yeah, Captain Marvel vs. Wonder Woman. Y'all are acting the same way you did in 2017 by Rachel Lishman. Okay, so I guess let's get into it. When you take to the internet to point out that both Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman are for the next generation, you expect some pushback. Or at least I did. With the tense nature of the discourse surrounding Captain Marvel, I figured that there would be a few Twitter users who were mad at me for insinuating that they seemingly can't be a fan of something. Not my point, but they can't really understand comprehensive reading. Okay, that's nice. Insulting your potential fan base. What's up with people doing that nowadays? What I didn't expect was a complete erasure of the era before Wonder Woman came out. Okay, let's see this. To all the men who complain about Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, it isn't for you. Hell, as much as I love them and cry, they aren't for me either. They're for the little girls and boys who get to look up and see these heroes and know they can do it too. Okay. No one complained about Wonder Woman. I mean, people did, but okay, when Wonder Woman was coming out, they were like, what was it? They were like 3 movies in. Okay? What was it for? Let's just say 3, okay? Yeah, they had, what was it? Man of Steel. Then they had Batman vs Superman. Like, both movies basically sucked. I don't remember if Suicide Squad came out before or after. But let's just say before, okay? Suicide Squad was an okay movie at best. And then, like, Wonder Woman set the bar. Okay? It wasn't the fact that Wonder Woman was about women, okay? It was the fact that it had 2 to 3 movies, and each movie sucked, or was okay at best. Okay? Yeah, then when people saw Wonder Woman, they're like, oh snap, maybe the DCEU could actually be good. Now let's continue though. This simple tweet brought a wave of random men out of the woodwork to tell me that no one had been mad about Wonder Woman, which is an impressive level of revisionist history. Not really, it was actual history. And again, people liked Wonder Woman. Okay? Especially after seeing it. It got to the point that another Twitter user helpfully DM'd me a PDF of all the Rotten Tomato reviews bashing Wonder Woman for her feminist attack on men. Wonder Woman didn't have a feminist attack on men. Okay. Let's look up Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, what was this? Yeah. 93% by the Tomato Meter, 88% audience score. All critics, top critics, first rotten. Really? So there's 29 rotten reviews. Herman leaps through the air, spinning like an arrow, but the action has so little weight, emotional, otherwise, that no one feels. Okay, beauty, strength, goodness. Okay, did I click on the wrong thing? Let's go back. Um, so I don't know how Rotten Tomatoes works. Okay, I think I got it. So, tomato means that it's a bad review, while this clover thing means it's a good review. Okay, as befitting the genre, Wonder Woman is heroic and spirited. The fighting sequences are spectacular, and the story is engrossing, uplifting, and fun. Okay, I'm wrong. I don't get it. That's beside the point, though. Where was I? Oh yeah, 20. That's 29. I might be reading that wrong somehow, but let's get back into it. Okay, and if you watch the movie, that's not what happens at all. She just exists in the world with men, which many of us do, and not once does she bash a man. Ooh, and that's kind of funny because that's the complete opposite of Captain Marvel, where she like has to put down Samuel Jackson, and she probably puts down Coulson in the movie. But anyway, she's intrigued by them, wants to learn about the world of man, and if anything, just tells Steve Trevor that what she does isn't up to him. None of that is bashing men or forcing a feminist agenda down anyone's throat. It's just telling the story of Diana Prince, which we don't get as women apparently. So now with Carol Danvers and the release of Captain Marvel, we're hitting the same wall we did with Wonder Woman. Men are screaming about the film, and that is pushing a message of hatred for men, which again, not the case in any scenario. How would you know? You probably haven't seen the movie, but that's at least the vibe that we're getting from the trailers and stuff. Amid all the nonsense screaming, the response I do love are the men who are just supportive of the movie, excited to share it with their own children. Ugh, sorry. Or just watch it themselves and be happy. They realize that my generalization isn't a knock against them. It's just a simple way of pointing out the men who are acting like jerks about Captain Marvel and searching for anything they can latch on to for bashing a movie. Okay, is this going to happen every time a female-led superhero movie comes out? Or will we finally come to some kind of balance where we can just exist in the same sphere as male-dominated films? As Brie Larson pointed out, she's not taking away anyone's seat at the table. She's just buying us all a bigger table. That's not how that works. Money and jobs are limited. Like, just saying. Like, you can't buy a bigger table. I guess technically you can, but that's not good business sense. You either fire some people and get someone else, or I guess get a bigger table, spend too much money, and then get shut down. Yeah, it's called capitalism. But anyway, she also put, "I'm so effing tired." Oh, look at this. Before the Avengers, there was Captain Marvel. Okay. Speaking of Captain Marvel, didn't she that's kind of funny. Speaking of stealing seats, didn't she steal a man's seat to become Captain Marvel? Because before she was Miss Marvel. And there were two Captain Marvels. There was Marvel, who was a Kree warrior who went under the moniker Captain Marvel. And then there was DC's Captain Marvel, who's currently going as Shazam, who's also getting a movie. Almost forgot about that one. Okay, really? Here's how I have to go through my Twitter replies now. Oh, she is so clever. Yeah, she is quality woman. Anyway, so is Captain Marvel for all of us? Yes, of course she is. We've waited 10 years for this movie. No, you have not. Wow. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. Just wow. No, you have not. And if anything, and I've said this in my previous video, Black Widow should have got a movie first, because she's an established character. People actually like her. I mean, even in the comics, Captain Marvel's kind of B tier at best. I mean, maybe this movie will help her profile, but Lord knows Brie Larson hasn't. Definitely. My point is that the significance of this movie is more for the children who get to look up and see a female hero fighting alongside Captain America. What's she even talking? I mean, maybe I missed a trailer or something, or maybe she actually did see the movie. Because to my knowledge, Captain America isn't in this movie. Yeah, if anything, he's frozen still. So maybe you're talking about Avengers Endgame? Like, anyway. So take your anger and maybe use it constructively rather than crying because you misunderstood a simple sentiment about how important this movie is for kids. So this movie isn't for women, it's for children. Yeah. I haven't seen an MCU movie that I would consider child-friendly. I mean, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. But there's just some questionable stuff in a lot of these movies. Like, for instance, in Spider-Man Homecoming, when, what's his name, Ned, I was going to call him Genki because he might as well have been Genki, but Ned was on the computer, and the teacher, like, came in and whatever, and he's just like, they're like, what are you doing? He's like, looking at porn. Like, that joke, I mean, I know the movie was PG-13, but that joke was too grown. Okay? I mean, I don't want my kids to know what porn is. Like, that's how kids end up with problems in the future. But, yeah, a lot of the early MCU movies weren't, that bad. But I digress. And yeah, that's just my opinion, so tell me yours. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, because that also helps me out. Hit the bell for notification. And I will catch you guys next time, so stay tuned, and I will see you soon.